about what the direction of the course, and then what our plan, and so on. So I think all of you already joined the course in ELOC. Thank you very much for joining the course. And today I will explain first about our landscapes. Yeah, but before that, I'm sorry to say that today I adjust the schedule because of some circumstances. Yeah, so actually I'm still on the recovery from the COVID-19, so I'm sorry if my voice and maybe the duration of the course for especially for this week is not in the 100% time. Yeah, so maybe I will adjust a little bit. So I still have difficulties to to say something and so on. So but I will try my best. Okay, so okay, you not enroll in the class. Okay, I will inform later, yeah, about the refresh the enrollment key for all of you. So actually, our course discussion, which title of the system and cyber security, of course, our main focus is about in the security aspect, yeah, of the cyber system and also the security, yeah, and also the cyber itself, yeah. So what we want to achieve from this course is actually to introduce you about the new landscape of security, because today we only understand that security is about securing the facilities, yeah, through the the application, the data and system. But unfortunately, because now we enter in the in the cyberspace environment, so I think the object of the security is more wide than before, and of course the consequences is the type of the security matter, it will be different, and also will be related with the current issue, especially when we already know that when we discuss about the system, yeah, in general, I think today we not only just discuss about the application, databases, and server itself, yeah, but we deal with the big data environment, we deal with the some of the issue in the Internet of Things, maybe in the robotics things, and then the other aspect, yeah, of especially when we go to industries. And we also have some challenge that we face the new landscape of the security actually, yeah. So now we also discuss blockchain, for example, yeah. So I think it will be challenging for us to uh, to know the landscape and then relate it with the current issue, yeah. And we also now have some some good point and the new landscape of the cyber security, that not only just about the network security only, yeah, but sometimes and now we face the era of the artificial intelligence that we implement also in the security. In one aspect, in the human aspect, we also discuss about the cognitive security, how to avoid some illegal action from the human that have some trend to do some illegal action that maybe will be disrupt the system. So our plan is actually I with Pak Lukman Heriawan will be lead this course, and I have some tasks for delivering the the material into in the first period before the mid-sem. So my direction, it will be mostly will be bring you to the discussion about the cyber physical system. This is the form of the cyber and also the system in one place, yeah, in one package, and then what the landscape, what the scope of the cyber physical system that represent as cyber system, and then we will also we will discuss in the implementation in the more wide scope, yeah, not only just about the system but also the environment. So we will discuss about the context of the how we increasing and enhance the security matters for delivering the secure smart city, secure society 5.0, and so on. Yeah, so that would be and secure industry 4.0, of course. Yeah, so that would be our main concern too. And then I will go to the some of the we also not only just learn from the theoretical matters, yeah, but also we will try to discuss in the in the discussion of the what I say about and the literature, yeah, from the research, the current research paper or journals, and also we will learn from the best practice, yeah, in the several countries that already implement a good best practice and also good best practice approach on the security matters. Yeah, so that will be our concern. So for the next about 7 or 6 meeting before the meet, I will deliver about 3 major concern there about the security. The first is about the landscape of the cyber system and also cyber physical system, and then the next is how we bring into the delivering the secure smart city, secure smart nation, secure industry 4.0, and also secure society. And then the next is about how the best practice and approach in the current decade, yeah, based on the research paper and also based on the best practice that we can learn, yeah. So that will be our main concern. So hopefully after you take this course, you will have knowledge on the new paradigm of the security, yeah, and more complete and more comprehensive. You also not only just consider about the technical aspect, but also human aspect and then environment and society aspect. And then the last and not the least is you have capabilities to have the idea, innovation, how we can deliver the security approach, automated method, application, and also technology in the field of the society for 5.0 and so on. Yeah, so that would be our major concern. So during this course, I have planned that the course will be in the form of the case-based, case-based learning. Yeah, so we will more we try to to finish this class not only just you write down your answer from your midsem, but also but the most important thing is I want to bring you to criticize the based on the case, and then you bring into your own discussion with your friend, and then you came up with the idea or solution to solve the to solve the case. Yeah, so that will be on the plan of this use case problem. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. For today, I also invite the regular class. Yeah, if it's optional, actually, it's not mandatory because they have class yesterday, but unfortunately it's holiday, so I bring them to this class, but that they will follow our class. Yeah. Okay, so that will be our course plan. Yeah, so um now currently in the ELOC, I already set up the place for our materials. So I will update regularly. Yeah, please. So this is like I will update as soon as possible. Even there is some material in there. Yeah, so you can see, and then also you can update from here. Yeah, it's already have some video. I will arrange again because actually after the meeting after this session is recorded, I will upload on the YouTube, and then I will take place into the ELOC, yeah, to update this current videos. But the current video will be your reference because it came from the last semester. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so that will be our plan. Any question for the plan of the course before we start? No? Okay, no. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so our we will go through to our discussion about the cyber physical system. Yeah. So actually, this is the the scope of our discussion in the security, yeah, about the cyber system, the system and cyber. Yeah. So that will be, or we call cyber system actually. Yeah, cyber system security. Yeah. So actually now, all the aspect of the technology, yeah, including facilities, including equipment, personals, human, yeah, that act as user, and then the procedure that we build to securing our assets and communication that we try to define into the secure communications is will be combined as a component of the cyber system. Yeah. So that will be that will be the important point that we need to understand, that the cyber system is consists not only just some technical components, yeah, the technology component, but also the most important thing actually is the combination or integration between the facilities, yeah, which means the major component of the information technology, the equipment that support the information technology, the personal or human that work and act to deliver the services, the procedures and communication also include in there. Yeah. So in the example, we will see that the cyber physical system or cyber system is exists in the business system. Yeah. For example, a business system is like e-commerce services that we use every day, and then we using the semester services. Yeah, it's also like academic business system. Yeah, so it's also a cyber physical system, and etc. And then we also have the control system, that the system that including the control and the mechanic that coordinate the work of the machine. Yeah, is we can see in the manufacturers, and then we can see in the some facilities that have highly intensive control system. Yeah. And then also the access control system that bring the access to us to to enter or to access the private facilities. So it also one of the access control system that we bring as a cyber system. Yeah. So in here, what I want to mention and highlight with you is, when we see the everything, yeah, that have this component, even not complete, yeah, at least facilities, equipment, personal, procedure, and communications, it will be in the cyber system. So in here we can reflect it that all the services, yeah, I think all the technology, all the methods that we can see and we use every day is actually cyber system. Yeah. So like this one, we using the Google Meet facilities to delivering the course. I think it's also one of the application on the cyber system that we need to carefully take a look as one of a whole system. Yeah. So what we considered about this one is, for example, in our class is, if we think in the security aspect is, for example, how I can ensure that all the student that join this Google Meet is a registered students. Yeah. So maybe I can only just depend on your, for example, on your name that you write down as your account, but how I can ensure that is you, for example. So maybe we can use our two-way authentication. Yeah, not only just you have a link, but also you need to open the cam, for example, to have the face. But unfortunately, we already online almost 2 years, so maybe the lecture is not very very can identify clearly it is your current face, yeah, to understand it is you or not, yeah, something like that. So that will be we need to think about how we have this one. So that's why we using the QR for scan the QR to authenticate you to join, you already joined this class and so on. So that I think that's also we can use as a two-way authentication. Yeah, so that will be give you some illustration how it's work in the cyber system. Yeah, right. So we go to the next point. And yeah, actually, when we discuss about the cyber system, we cannot ignore the revolution of the technology itself. Yeah, so we understand that yeah, maybe a long time ago we already have this decade, yeah, industrial revolution that mostly using the physical system, the stem machine and the machinery revolution and so on. Yeah, and then we have the cyber system. This is the internet revolution, the rising of internet as platform for connecting the network, communication, and then now we become like some of the application, massive application that enrich application that work on in the internet. Yeah, so that will be the cyber system things. But unfortunately now we also have this one, the cyber physical system, because now we are in the industrial internet revolution. Yeah, it's reflected of the all the things that we have in the in the in the our ordinary life, or in the daily life. All the component that we that exist around us, it can be have the internet connection, and then already all that thing will be connected, and then in the same time it will become the system. For example, now we are in your home, yeah, in your house, yeah, and or maybe in your boarding house. You can see you have the door, you have the television, you have your refrigerator, you have your all the things, yeah, peripherals and equipment in your boarding house, on your house. When all the aspect, uh, for example, have capabilities to connect to the internet, delivering the data to show about the temperature of your rooms, yeah, and then the storage level of your refrigerators, for example, and etc. In that time, we will have a cyber physical system that we call smart home environment. Yeah, so that will be the next one. So in this case, is actually the cyber physical system is not it's not like top down implementation or a top down design or a development, but it can be like puzzle. Yeah, everything is working in the individual, but in this after they work in the individual, what happen next is all will be integrated by the data, and then it will become one integrated system that we call the cyber physical system. It seems like us, yeah, as human, we are individually, but unfortunately, after we join the social media in the one single platform like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, for example, Instagram, TikTok, and so on, and then we will become the cyber physical system, one cyber physical system in the Facebook and the Twitter and so on. And the big picture will be we are in the one integrated cyber physical system. Yeah, so that will be the challenge for us, yeah, to see that one. So if and the summary, if everything is connected, yeah, in the time we move forward to be one cyber physical system. Yeah, so that will be the point of this this explanation. Yeah, and of course, when we learn about the historical things, the cyber physical system is pushed by the development of the computing facility itself. Yeah. So I think when you learn about the history of computer, you will learn about the mainframe computing. This is large computer to execute big data processing application in that time. Yeah, in 60s, 1970s, 70 in the years. Yeah, and then we have the desktop computing and internet in 80s and 90s. Yeah, one computer at every desk to do business and personal activities, like today, I think. And then we go to the ubiquitous computing. Yeah, there's a lot of computing device in every place and persons. Yeah, million of desktop and billion for embedded processor that can be connected in one place. Yeah, in this time it will become the cyber physical system. Yeah, so that will be the push of development of the computers facilities that bring us to have bring us to have some facilities and also capabilities as cyber physical system, yeah, connected to everyone. We can share the data, we can communicate, we can do some collaboration and so on. So what the most important, the interesting is when we think about the cyber physical system, or we call a CPS, and one of maybe another person will say about the cyber system are integration of computation, integration of computation, networking, and physical processes. So we bring the cyber physical system into our zone, yeah, in the computational aspect, or in the how the computer science things, yeah. So in here, the cyber physical system will we will we will define as integration of computation. So when we thinking about the computation, of course, it's about the process, how we compute the data into the information. For example, we compute and process the data from the input become output. Yeah, we collect the temperature data in our room today. For example, is we place the sensor. The sensor will be catch the temperatures, and will be the number. And the number will be sent to the server, and then the server will be display as information. So that will be in the computation. Yeah. Currently, we not only just compute in the very normal way, but also sometimes we will collect the data in very big data, and then we try to develop some model in that, and then after that, based on the model, we do the prediction. So we have the machine learning to predict the next temperature for the next time. Yeah, and after we have the knowledge, we have a lot of information about it, and then we can develop the artificial intelligence capabilities. Yeah, and then we have the smart environment or smart host, smart home. Yeah, so that will be the mean of the computation. So the computation in here is very wide. Yeah, it's not only just in process and output, but also the most important thing is the computation process will be also enhanced on the processes. Yeah, from the basic processes into some simple analytics, and then we become the machine learning, and then we have a deep learning, and yes, you have the artificial intelligence. It's same with networking. The networking is in the previously we only just plug the cable and then try to connect our computer into the network, yeah, and then we can send our data, our report to the print that exists in the different room, for example. And now we have connect the internet, we can browse, and then now the network is not only just with one, we can connect to somebody else in the rest of the world. And another thing is like, our networking is also just like, we can directly communicate now. We can use a network as backbone for do a lot of things, yeah, in the networking, yeah. And then and based on the networking, we also can control everything that we want to control in the other side, yeah, of us. Yeah. So that would be also one of the good things of the networking, yeah, in here. And then the physical processes is like in the manufacturing, in the in the heavy machine environment, for example, we can do physical process, and then we can control remotely, yeah, like we flying the drone. We can arrange the garden to spread out the waters, and then and etc. So I think that will be the physical processes. If you see in the National Geographic Channel, we have some of the programs that we call food factory, yeah, so that the factory manufacturing of food in the broad is mostly physical processes, but it's controlled by the network and controlled by the application. So the physical processes will be humanless, and then but the performance of the production it can be maintained in the good level. Yeah. So in here that we can see that the cyber physical system is a system featuring a tight combination. Yeah. In here you can see the tight combination. So the combination is not only just merging the features, but also we bring a new approach, yeah, on idea on the featuring of system, yeah, and then coordination between and the system computational and physical element. So in other words, is in the cyber physical system we try to embed and then integrate, orchestrate all the aspect of the computational and the physical element into one place in one good, single, and efficient and effective system. So that would be one of the important point of the cyber physical system. So yeah, I agree that maybe as computer science, we also have some question in our mind that yeah, it is cyber system or cyber physical system because maybe in the another discussion is cyber physical system is like close with the aliens persons, yeah, electronic persons, but actually now I think cyber system and cyber physical system is cannot be divided anymore, yeah. So it is like embed here, yeah. We cannot divide, yeah. It's already become one package, yeah. So I think yeah, I think we cannot just have some principle that for example, I'm computer science student, so I don't want to learn about the electronic instrumentation, for example. I don't want to learn another subjects. Yeah, I only work on the computer science. We cannot do that one because in the term of the theory, the computer science and the computer physical system not integrated yet. For example, if we go to the smart farming, yeah, from the farm faculty, for example, so we will find a lot of Internet of Things tools, yeah, that it will be the electronics items, and then a lot of data, and they also work on the machine learning things to have some control about the environment of the smart farm, and then they also do have computational, yeah, have to do some computation. So it's reflected that there is no separation or divide it into a single piece of box, for example. That but it's already not only just merging, yeah, but well, for me, like not only integrated but orchestrate, yeah. Because why is orchestrate? Because actually the nature is different, is divided, but when we plug into one single system, they can work in the good harmony and delivering the services of smart farming, delivering something that works well for them. Yeah? And so in here that we can see that computer control automotive engine are full efficient and low emission. So I think it's also work if we can together work with the people from the machinery and then from the physics and so on, chemical, to have the fuel efficiency and low emission automotive engine. Yeah? And then we also need to have a safer and more efficient system. Yeah, so it is also one of the aspect of the security that we need to consider. Yeah, so that's why we need to go not only just about computer cyber system that work on the application data, etc., but also we need to consider about the cyber physical system. The physical element should be added to discuss. Yeah, and then reduce the cost of building an operation system from complex systems that provide new capabilities. Yeah, so that will be also our advantage here if we do this one. And the next one is why the reason we need to to bring the cyber system and CPS into one place is the opportunity of the technological and economic drivers. Yeah. So yeah, the main issue of us in computer science is if we deliver some services that have huge computation processes that will be correlation with the highly cost computations. Yeah. So that's why we now consider about how we can decrease the computation costs here. So that will be uh, will be the things, yeah. And then we also need to deliver our network into the global scale, yeah, into global network, not only just in the local network, yeah. So if we can connect into the very wide network in the world, I think it will bring us the opportunity to have a lot of connectivity and so on, yeah. And also on the social and economic force, yeah, require more efficient use of national infrastructure is also is happen, yeah, and also the environmental pressures, yeah. So yeah, now I think we cannot be selfish, yeah, only delivering 24 hours online system, but we need to consider that our online activities is also consume the energy of the fossil energy, maybe becoming the pollution and so on. So that also one of the aspect that we need to consider, yeah, in this case. And when we discuss about the cyber system or cyber physical system, yeah, of course, when we relate it with the industrial revolution, fourth industrial revolution, so we will have a lot of subsystem of the cyber physical system. Yeah, so we can see in here when we deal with some of the social aspect like government, healthcare, education, we will have a social system. Yeah, so that will be also one of the domain of the cyber physical system that will be discussed about the social system. So somehow some researcher will be called a cyber social system. Yeah? And also we will deal with the, for example, we face with the mechanical system, optical system, or electrical system. Yeah. So that we will have a physical system. So that's why sometimes that we call the cyber physical system, yeah, because the physical will be reflected the physical facilities in here. And then we also have the enterprise system. Yeah, this is like interfacing with the business entity, services, uh, talent, human resources. So we will have the enterprise system. Yeah. And then also the political system. Yeah, yeah. Now, I think now it's become a massive area because we, for example, we are in the pandemic issue that need the biological research and development more fast to produce a vaccine, to produce some treatment for COVID-19. So that's why the biological system will be one of the most important thing. So all this sub of the cyber system or cyber physical system will be used the cyber system facilities like computing facilities, storage facilities, algorithms, logic and flow, communication system, collaboration system, and also the information processing. Yeah. So I think that will be this is the landscape that you need to know that in our cyber and system security that we will discuss this semester, we will bring into this landscape here, especially how we ensure that the security of the cyber system it as guarantee can support the run and the operational of other system. Yeah, so that's why how we securing the computation, securing the storage, securing the algorithms. Yeah, how we securing the logic and process, communication system, collaboration system, and also information processing is very important. Yeah, so that we will bring our discussion in the deep detail security matters. Yeah. So this is one of the some theory that we bring to you that the cyber physical system have a concept. Yeah. So it is like what the characteristic of the cyber physical system. Yeah. So in here in the cyber physical system actually have application in many area, yeah, from the communication, consumer, energy, infrastructure, healthcare, manufacturing, military, physical security, robotics, smart building, transportation, etc. But the next one is the cyber physical system is not only just information system, but they have this one, the feedback system that have capability to to network or distribute it, yeah, into many area, and then have some capabilities to adaptive and predictive. Yeah. So that will be so we need the support of the AI, machine learning, and so on. We also have the intelligent environment. So everything that connected it device or things it can be connected to the network and then can be work together as a cyber system, and then the work or the performances will be in the real time. Yeah, so that will be also the most important thing. So in here that we will have opportunity to scale the cyber physical system to have the economic in the loop, environmental in the loop, and human in the loop. Yeah, for example. So for example, how the cyber physical system can have contribution to minimize the impact of the global warming, for example. Yeah, so that will be the current issue of the environmental in the loop. Yeah. And also, when the cyber physical system require a cyber security, yeah. Yeah, so this will be our discussion, how we design and then how we understand that our cyber physical system will have the resilience, yeah, have the privacy, how to avoid, or some of the case is have the preventing the malicious attack, yeah, and also have intrusion detection. So that will be our concern too. Yeah, so uh, we need to consider about it. Yeah. So, and then of course, to bring all these capabilities, the cyber system will be need to have a lot of processes in there, inside them. Yeah. So, like in the computer science things, yeah. So the cyber system will be need to have the specification, modeling, and analysis. Yeah. Have a scalability and complexity management, and also validation and verification. So you can see in here that the cyber physical system is not only just a simple system or information system that's very simple, but it's also very computer system, computer science. Yeah, so very important to understand about it. Yeah, yeah. So we need to see this one. Yeah. Yeah, so that will be our discussion. So, the next meeting, I will more will discuss more deep about this characteristic, yeah, about the characteristic of the cyber physical system on the aspect of the computer science. Yeah. So all this point actually reflected how the computer science work on the cyber physical system. So when we discuss about the cyber physical system, the cyber physical system also have some architectures here. So it will be our guidance to know that if we found some of the approach or implementation about the system, a single system, we can identify this is cyber physical system or not. Yeah. So there is a five architecture or layer that we can see as definition of the cyber physical system. The first is we call the configuration level, yeah, and then they have also the cognition level, and then they have a cyber level, and also they have a data to information level. So the last is they have a smart connection level. Every level have their own unique characteristic. Yeah, so you need to understand about it. Yeah, for example, in the configuration level, there are three characteristic. Yeah, the first is self-configure for resilience. Yeah, so the keyword is about self-configure, and then the second is about self-adjust for variation, and self-optimize for disturbance. So that will be uh, the very important sentence for the configuration level. From this point, actually, I will later, yeah, in the thing in the third meeting, I will more discuss about this one. What is the configuration level? What the form of the self-configure, self-adjust, self-optimize? We can see if the word using the self, it's mean something like AI-based system implemented or in there. Yeah. So I think it is also for you as information that for example for me in the computer system and network laboratory, we also close with the artificial intelligence because we built the something like self configurations services for the server, for the network, and so on. When they have some some unique situation that maybe need intervention of human. Yeah, so that will be the next one. And then the next is cognition level. This is like integrated simulation and synthesis, and then have a remote visualization for human interaction and collaborative diagnostic and decision making. Yeah, so that is, yeah. So you can reflect this is the cognition level. So I think not intervention, yeah, the involvement of human, it will be very high in here. So in the cyber physical system, it's not always like there is no human touch or human involvement, but we replace the human as cognition level. And then the next is cyber level. This is the twin model for component and machines. The machine for variation, identification, and memory, and also like clustering for similarity in data mining, for example. Yeah, so that would be the cyber level. And then the most important thing is like data to information level. Yeah, this is like the place of the big data issue in the cyber physical system. So it will be exist in here. And then we also have a smart connection level. This is from the sensor, Internet of Things, edge computing, cloud computing will be work as smart connection level. There is no issue for connection. So in the cyber physical system, we want to ensure that all the facilities component it should be connecting each others, yeah, using the cloud or using non-cloud facilities, for example. So in here you can see that we can realize that from the general definition of cyber physical system, now we have a very technical specification of the cyber physical system that we need to consider too. Yeah. So I think that that one of the point that you need to know, and then we will learn more detail for each of this level in the previous year, yeah, in the current meeting, yeah. So when we see here, this is for the example how it's work, yeah. So when we have this layer, the configuration layer, cognition, cyber, conversion, and connection layer that I discussed before, you can see here there is one of the example how it's work, yeah. So in the configuration level is we have the supervisory control, for example, that require the action. So in the one of the facilities, we will have to resilient control system that that have ability to do some action to avoid something that we doesn't expect it. Yeah, and then the cognition is about the decision support system. So the people can do some prioritization, optimization of the decision to make a better decision, of course. And then in the cyber level is one machinery, and also other things will be connected each others. Yeah, build some cyber physical system, and then self-compare, and then self-aware. And also in the connection, all the sensor, all the devices will be integrated and then will be connected. So we have the condition monitoring of each component that connected into the cyber physical system. Yeah, so that will be the point of view. So in here you can see that the cyber physical system or cyber system will be a very big architecture or very big system. So the question is how we can secure all this facilities. Yeah, so that's the main question actually that we want to answer from this course. Yeah, yeah. So for illustration, I think we agree that, for example, in the plane, yeah, we have a lot of system in here. So all the system have their own authority, and then will be bring together into the pilot room in the cockpit that monitored by the pilot, so that they can work together. So you can imagine if one of the, for example, flight warning computer is not work well. So what happened? So I think it will be disaster and so on. Yeah. So you can see from the program like air crash investigation or something. So sometimes the accident uh, it's happened because of one of the small component that we cannot recognize before the flight is fly, for example, and it's happened. So something like that. Yeah, of course we also consider about the human error, yeah, but mostly is because of some of the subsystem that work inside the flight. Yeah. And now we also self-driving car. Yeah, it's also now become one of the major concern today. So how we ensuring that the self-driving cars is working as a plan. So I think the work of the radar sensor, sensor of the ultrasonic lidar, for example, video cameras, GPS is work together. So you can imagine if one of the system is not work well. So I think the work of self-driving car, it will be not smooth. Yeah, it's not will be as expected. Yeah, so that will be disaster. Yeah. And also, if we work in the way smart city, because all the component of the city is is delivered by the the cyber system and cyber physical system. So that's why it will be very will be very important to securing all the aspects. So if all this component is not work well, and then bringing some failure, or maybe have some some interruption, yeah, and so on. So I think, yeah, it will be a very, very bad, and then become disaster. Yeah, so that will be the question. So we also will discuss about the landscape when we do the site, the smart city, and then we try to how we can work with the with the security aspect of the aspect of smart city. It's also same, I think, in the smart farm. We also agree on the sensor and so on. It will be because the plant, the commodity will be depend on the how we can monitor in the good way, and we can do some treatment on the water in the in the some of the treatment of the plant that can be support the good result in the end of the some of the time. So I think if not work well, it also will be disaster of the smart farm. Yeah. So something like that. I think a lot of things, such as traffic management and some of the public transportation is also very important. Yeah, especially the public transportation and control monitoring system on the public transportation is one of the key element of the modern city. So I think if it can be disaster if we not control and secure in the very good manners. Yeah. So that would be a nice thing. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's it for the introduction of the why the cyber physical system is need the security. Yeah. So hopefully, based on this explanation, you can catch the big picture, the general view of the cyber physical system and cyber system. Why is need the cyber the security? Yeah. And next, I will bring into the big data and another issue. So we will discuss next week, I think. Yeah. So any question for this explanation, this introduction from of you?
Sorry.
Yeah,
I
please.
I still don't really understand 100% about
Mhm.
cyber physical
Mhm.
system. Can you maybe like provide an example?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that's like this one. I think the previous explanation about the smart farm and then the traffic management, mass transit system, the smart city, this one, self-driving car, the flight management system is one of the example of the cyber physical system, because we can see it's not involved only the software, but also many devices or sensor, or maybe component, and etc. that work together as one single system. And all the component is controlled by the network. Yeah. And then even it's only in the local network on the flight, for example. And then and also we have a people inside the system that still have some authority to execute some tasks. Yeah. For example, if some emergency situation, I think the pilot can still control the flight based on their own, yeah, not only electronic way, but also based on the technical skill, and then make some safe flight, for example. Yeah, it's also in the self-driving car. I think, yeah, this is the form is car, but consists of several component like radar, ultrasonic sensor, lidar, GPS. Yeah, and all this point is a different component, but it's bring together, connected in the network of the driving car, and controlled by the system, and then it can be worked in one single system of self-driving car. Yeah. So it's also in the smart city will become more complex. I think I will discuss later. This is more complex. smart farm, I think you also understand, yeah. We plan the Internet of Things in the field, yeah, in the every single, for example, line of water irrigation, for example, and then we control the humidity, we control the temperature, we control all the aspect of the plant, and then we do some data analysis, and then we can, for example, if the time is came, the farmer can execute based on this application to split out the water and so on. So I think that's also one of the example of the cyber physical system in the smart farm, yeah. And then this is like a mass transit system, yeah. I think when we see from the implementation of in the Singapore, for example, in Malaysia, for example, the traffic, for example, intersection traffic, for example, is already can be adjusted by the system, by application, and counting based on the the number of the vehicle that on the road, and then it will be will be baseline for the traffic management system. So if, for example, from the north, for example, the vehicle is a lot of vehicle came to the center of the city, and they can manage the route of the vehicle into several line based on the system, and then we can avoid before the traffic jam happen. Yeah. So that will be one of the example of this one. It's also happened for mass transit system. Yeah, if we have like tram or maybe subway, and maybe we have also the bus and so on. So I think if we can modeling the traffic, and then we can make the human traffic on the mass transit system will be more smooth, and then avoiding the crowd, and then also avoiding the traffic jam in a very peak time, for example. Yeah, so that also one of the system. So later I will give you some example. Yeah, it's also I will bring my research to this class to give you some more work example of how we build some cyber physical system in one of the case study. Yeah, and so I will bring later. Yeah, hopefully we can give you some early explanation. Profif, thank you very much for the question. Anyone? Any question? Okay. If there is no question for today, so I think for today, our class will be end at now, yeah, and then I will continue the explanation for in the next week, yeah. Maybe it will be in the normal time, yeah. So it's not the adjustment is only in this week, and then we will see in the normal time, and then we will discuss more detail on the next agenda. So maybe in the Monday, or maybe in the end of this week, you can access the log to see the update of the course material, yeah, for you, yeah. So hopefully it can give you some preparation before you join the class for the next week, yeah. Okay, I think that's it for this class today, and thank you very much for your time, and for you that still will be join the next class in the computer philosophy. I think we will meet again in the 4 o'clock, okay, 13 minutes again. So